My name is Maddy Shellberg. I am the education specialist at PFCU, and I've been doing that for a little over 4 years. PFCU is a credit union, and a credit union is a lot like a bank. So it's a safe place for people to keep their money and save their money. So instead of having your money in your piggy bank at home, you can keep it in your very own savings account at a bank or a credit union. People can also borrow money from banks and credit unions to buy really big things like houses and cars. So today I want to talk to you about families and neighborhoods. So I'm going to tell you about my family. So when I was growing up, I lived with my parents and my 2 older brothers. We lived in the same house. I had family that lived close by, so I had grandparents and aunts and uncles and cousins that lived close by in the same neighborhood that we were in. And I also had family that lived far away, so I had family that lived across the state of Michigan as well. As I got older, our family changed a little bit, so I moved out of my parents' house. I got married, so now I live with my husband and my son in our own house. My brothers have their own homes now too, with their own families. So our family has changed a little bit, but we're all still family. And lots of families are different. So your family is different than the person sitting next to you's family, and is different from my family. So you may live with 1 parent or 2 parents. You may have no siblings or a lot of siblings. You may live with your grandparents or aunts and uncles. You may have family that live across the country in another state, really far away. You may have family that live down the road from you that you can walk to their house. So there's all types of families. Some families are related, some families are not. Some families are very similar and some families are very different, and that's okay. So my family has changed a little bit, but we're all still a family. My neighborhood has pretty much stayed the same since I was little too. So I live in the same neighborhood I did when I was growing up. My parents still live close by. My grandparents still live close by. So we all live in the same neighborhood. My neighborhood maybe has changed a little bit. So I think it's probably grown a little bit. There are more businesses here in my neighborhood, and I see new houses being built all the time. So neighborhoods can change just as families can change. So I want you to pay attention to the places that you go in your neighborhood with your family. It might change over time. What are things that you like to do in your neighborhood with your family right now? How do you think your family or your neighborhood might change as you get older? So I want you to think about these things and maybe talk with your classmates and with your teacher about how families are different and how families can be similar. And I really hope that you have fun with this program and you learn a lot. And thank you so much for listening.